Hello Libra, welcome to your June 2025 forecast. My name is Nicholas Ashbaugh and it's great to see everybody. This reading can be used for Sun, Rising, Moon, and Venus. Let's get straight into your channeled messages for today. Before starting the reading, I meditated and what came through was the image of a veil. And there are three things that I really want to talk about with the veil. First of all, it is basically something that conceals or hides or protects. And so there may be this need to kind of like come out from behind that protection. And we build up protection for any number of reasons, sometimes to protect our heart from getting broken, sometimes to protect our ego from being judged. But I really do feel, just like you would see in a marriage, that on like a wedding day rather, this is a moment where it's important to be able to be yourself, to show your face, and to step into your power and into your light. I just mentioned wedding. There could be an important engagement. It does not have to be of love. It could be business. It could be a significant life opportunity, one of those milestones that we look for in our lives. And in that moment also, it's important to pull back the veil and be seen and be present. Stepping into really star energy, because that's what I would connect to that. Star and judgment and world, like big and bold and bright, coming out from the hermit into the star. And the veil also represents intuition and the other side. And so for some of you, you may be starting to experience greater connection to source energy, mediumship. Maybe you just experienced a significant loss. I know that mine increased after my mother passed away because you are closer to that connection and you have someone that you can connect to on the other side. So what a beautiful symbol to come through. As we pull the cards here today, let's see what that unveiling may look like for you, because it really did feel to me like things were starting to lift and reveal, and that's going to be the focus for today. It's so good to see you. Let's get started. All right, Libra, it's really important to let go of anything that you might be bringing into this reading. I know that we are in interesting times right now, but for this moment, let's just open ourselves up to receive light and information. Let's take some of that light and create a circle around our body. And in that circle, make an intention that you are safe and protected. And if you're ready and willing, bring in angels, spirit guides, and ascended masters. Let's begin. Do we have one? Yes, just one. All right, let's take a look at your catalyst card. The message here is defend to the end the worthwhile. It's really about prioritization and perseverance. The worthwhile piece is making sure that you're picking and choosing what you want to focus on, and then again, seeing it through. And I think for many of us, we also have like Athena's owl up there. It's taking time to research, and in order to be discerning, sometimes you have to get educated, get curious, and dig in. So if you're finding that your resources are a little bit crunched, because I'm seeing that here, then one of the things that might be necessary is, again, going beneath the surface and thinking, is it worth it? Am I getting a return on this? Am I engaged? At the center of the spread, look what we've got, another owl here in the form of the Hierophant. So as you see, these are two different decks, but we have the owl front and center here, and now it's coming through again. But in this particular illustration, the focus is on listening. Owls have very good vision, but also amazing hearing. And this helps them get what they want. They're great hunters. The vision is more sort of like fine-tuned for the evening hours, but the hearing is great at all times. So this is reminding us to go beyond the surface, to listen, to use all of our senses and all of our resources to get, again, to the sort of center of a situation or issue. The Hierophant is all about organization and structure. We see helpers here. There's always two people on the card. You could ostensibly be the Hierophant because it's at the center, And the Hierophant sets the tone. It gets organized. It rallies up all of the sort of organization and people to make it happen. So are you ready for that kind of leadership this month? If you are, everything is really leading you towards that path. For everyone else where you're like, Nicholas, I don't want to do that. I'm not in boss mode. This is just about getting organized. You could be organizing your finances because crossing this card is the Nine of Pentacles, and it will pay off. It is worth the time. So getting a stronger handle on time, energy, money, and investments. And investments are not just money, but it's sort of how much effort you're putting into something. Getting a firm handle on this. It's not always fun to do it, but looking at exactly how much is going out budget-wise and coming in. And then again, looking at your schedule. How much time am I giving to this person, to this thought, and really getting a firm rein and organization on that. That is going to be key to success this month, and the Hierophant is the key to success. And by the way, speaking of keys, while we're talking about this, the traditional illustration shows 2 keys on that card. So there may be a couple of opportunities that are knocking or opening up to you. You may also have more than one way to get something done. And so if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like, Nicholas, I don't know how to make this work, then you could seek advice, because this is also an advisor, but there is an encouragement here to know that there's more than one way to make this happen, okay? A lot to unpack with that. Crossing this card, we have a very fortuitous and very high number here within Pentacles, which is kind of countering what might have just happened for you with the Five of Pentacles. So you're headed more in this direction, which is independence, sustainability, and more abundance. It's worth the wait. On this card, we don't see that little snail, but it's always a part of this. It takes time to build up to the Nine of Pentacles. But this should kind of be like what's within the vision. You're looking towards this, you're starting to rally around this, and the Hierophant's helping you get that Nine of Pentacles energy. You can do a lot on your own. You can do more than you think. This is especially important for those of you that may have been in that transitional energy where I said maybe you got divorced, you lost a partner, you lost a friend, and you're feeling that sort of missing energy. In this moment, more than ever, it's really important to lean on your own independence, your own capabilities, and know that the best is yet to come. All right, Libra, you are coming through loud and clear here in the deep past. We have the Queen of Swords. This represents the ability to speak up, to share your vision, and as we've been thematically talking about, stepping out from the shadows or the veil and leading the way, okay? But you're leading with words. So there may be this sort of lack of communication. Maybe people are too shy, too stunned, or just inexperienced to articulate what has to happen. And I feel like you can bring it together. 2 leadership cards, basically back to back here. The Hierophant at the center, very structure-oriented, and this one can cut through all of the nonsense, all of the red tape, and really just make some things happen. So I'm encouraging you, if you've already found your voice, to continue to use it. But if there's those of you that are out there that are just kind of sitting on something and thinking, I kind of want to talk about this, I kind of want to do it, now is the time. We're doing this reading in the middle of the month. I'm aware of that, but this is just as important now because it's a wake-up call if you haven't yet initiated that. So please step into the moment, and it's basically about walking the walk and talking the talk. All right, Libra, it is really important that we focus a little bit on this Five of Pentacles. I would say it's one of the most challenging cards in this entire spread, which is otherwise looking amazing. So let's resolve it. Some of you may still be dealing with this, even though it's in the recent past. So in this illustration, we see the person focusing on what is broken. We see other things surrounding him, other opportunities, other places where he could put his time and energy. But there is this feeling of rejection, frustration, lack of acknowledgement that is kind of anchoring him in place. It's very true to the original Five of Pentacles. These are 2 wounded people that could help each other, but they're focusing on their pain first. There's a shelter behind them, but they're not using it. And so it's important to look at what has frustrated you, but move beyond it, because there are better things waiting. Remember, I said the best is yet to come here with this Nine of Pentacles. So what can you do to get past this? This is often rejection. You could have applied for a job and been rejected. You could have asked someone out and they said no. There could be financial situations going on where you're like, I'm working hard, but I'm not getting enough. Am I not good enough? So that last piece is all that we need to take away. You are enough. What has just happened is more of, it's like the hand of the universe pushing you away from one path. It's not saying you're not worthy. It's saying you can do better. And this is the big flip that has to happen in your mind with Five of Pentacles. I'm worthy. I've always been worthy, but the fear, the sense of self-doubt has hindered the self-worth or has stopped me from looking over here. Yes, it didn't work out, but what about that? What about this? You're not alone. There are plenty of partnership cards in this spread, and we'll talk about it. There are people here that are holding out their hands. Now, in your own life, if it's not there, you could seek out the sort of help, the resource, the organization, the path. So it's about getting off the current path and looking at something else. So it's validation for those of you that have already decided to cut through something and say, I'm severing my tie here, I'm doing this, I need to go over there. But for everyone else, it's okay to move on. Yes, you're worth it. And yes, something didn't work out the way you wanted, but that is opening you and freeing you up to explore something new. What you want to avoid in this situation is someone who takes you for granted, someone who pays you less than you're worth, someone who doesn't appreciate. That is a chapter very much in the spread in the past, but also for all of you, a chapter that needs and wants to be closed, okay? You have two very favorable cards in the crowning position, both of them related to relationships. Not only that, you have the Lovers here. So we have Four of Wands, 10 of Cups, and the Lovers. We also have 3 of Cups. Love, friendship, partnership, resources, they may not be here now, but they're en route, and you can also help manifest them. So of these two cards, the 10 of Pentacles is in the sort of, not just a crowning position, but it's on top, so it's leading the way here. 10 of Cups. Love, family, chosen family, including friends that you love to spend time with. They may not be blood relatives, but sometimes that's better. So many of you are leaning into that just a little bit more, finding a place where you feel connected, where you feel like you're at home. If you meet someone right now, wow, things could accelerate. So we have the 2 pollinators here in this Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a partnership card. It is connected with marriage. It is a very, very firm foundation. So whatever it is you are building or are about to build, or whoever you have just met, there could be this really pivotal dance of creation that we see here with the 2 Bs that is going to really be fruitful in the long run. So this is the silver lining. So something didn't work out as planned, but you're looking and listening for something better. You're starting to find your voice in the process. And now something is coming through that helps you see you're part of something bigger and you have the capacity to build something. So rather than seeking a connection with someone or something that doesn't want it, you could be creating one with people that are in that same sort of energy. But leveling up, we're seeing a ton of leveling up here with respect to relationships. You're either deepening existing ones or you're attracting new ones, because bees are pollinators and attracting energies and manifestors for sure. As we take a look at the near future, doors are opening, and the way to get to those open doors is through networking. The 3 of Cups is not just dating, although it can be that. It is also a nudge from the universe to go to a graduation party, to spend time with a friend, to accept an invitation to somebody's wedding. Because at those everyday normal events, you might meet someone spectacular. It could be love. It could also just be one of those keys that we were talking about with the Hierophant. Someone is like, oh, I know someone. You're looking for that? I can help you with that. It's going to be organic. The door opening opportunity will be organic. And it comes from having fun and connecting with things in your life that bring you joy, because that is also this: joy, celebration, love, and courtship. So if you're looking for love, this is absolutely a great time. This is mostly, if we're looking at Northern Hemisphere, pumpkins come through around, September, October, November. So around the birthday season, there's something to celebrate. There's something amazing. The seeds that you're planting now, the intentions, the dreams, the work, it comes to fruition later in the year around your birthday. So we actually get a time marker on this too. whatever challenges financially or even in health. By the way, we'll talk more about it when we get into health, but this can have to do with like circulation or issues with your feet or bones here. Whatever might be going on with health. Also, we see things shifting towards the latter half of this year. So it is very important and appropriate right now to mix, to mingle, to spend time with others. That is the predominant energy this month, is partnership. Okay, let's take a look at how you're showing up, Libra. We have the Page of Wands, and it's in the upright position. We see someone reaching out for that gecko, basically fanning the flame of your passion, desire, or your dream or your goal. So this is the time to initiate. This is the time to reach out and ask for something or make it happen. Pages are very demonstrative and illustrate or show what they have to offer. So you can do it in a relationship or in an interview or at work or anywhere in your life. Show it first. Show, then tell. Walk the walk, then talk the talk. Because when you demonstrate it and embody it, when you're actually articulating it, it's just basically reinforcement. Otherwise, it can come off as bravado or something that people are like, well, I need to see that first. So already be that which you seek, already demonstrate what it is you're looking for, and people are going to be much more apt to connect with you. The spark, this is the mutual spark. If you feel it, listen to it, go for it. If you don't, listen to that, because in the environment, we have an Ace of Cups in reverse. Imagine that you drink some milk or something and it's spoiled. You're gonna empty it out. Or you try to taste, some soda and it's flat, or some wine and it's bitter. You're going to dump it out and say, that's not good enough. That's not ready for consumption. This can be anything in your life, but there may be something that is soured to you that isn't good enough, and you're going to say, no thanks. And that's good. It's good to have a limit, and it's good to know what you don't want, because that's going to help something be all the more sweeter when the cup is upright and it feels right. Because you have a plethora of options here, 4 of Wands can be a partnership, 10 of Cups, 3 of Cups, and Lovers. Something has to really gel. So some of you, Libra, are on fire this month. There's a lot of good stuff going on. And if that's the case, really sit into that for a moment and think, I worked hard for this. I'm going to go with the thing that feels the best and good for you. For everyone else, I see it coming. I see some good things coming. They may not all happen at once, but when they start to happen, there's kind of this domino effect, because like energy attracts like energy. So the biggest challenge for those of you that are kind of in a little bit of a dip is don't let that distract you from all of these great things here. And again, a big pivot point comes around your birthday, but it doesn't have to take that long. But that's when I see everything really starting to light up for you, okay? For everyone else, this is in the environment, so it could be someone that wants too much. I should be mindful of that. They may be putting too much pressure or dumping their garbage on you, emotional garbage, or trying to make you do their work or whatever it is. That's why the throat chakra from the deep past is coming through, and this Queen of Swords is saying no. So it's really important to listen to your heart. Don't accept more than you need to when it comes to pressure or energy or emotional garbage, and then take care of yourself. Absolutely. It is so nice to see the Lovers coming through here in Hopes, Fears, and Opportunities. A new connection could be coming forth. This is a magnet card too. So for those of you that are already happily partnered, or you're not really looking for all of this, sort of socializing energy, if there was something that you wanted to launch right now, this is like one of the ultimate magnet cards. I would say it's right up there with the sun, the star, the world. So the Lovers just shows that people are ready to receive. So if you're entrepreneurial, perfect timing, chef's kiss. For everybody else, if you are looking to make new friends or meet new people, great. You can also just focus on developing, loving, and improving yourself. This is the frequency of love. It's however you want to work with it. But we see some really good things coming forth after a period of challenge. When we get into the financial portion of this, I'll try to help us dig into why the 5 of Pentacles showed up. But for now, let's look at the Empress, because everything else, like I said, is good. And I think this could just be confidence. Hopefully these are confidence boosters for those of you that are feeling that lower confidence. Okay, in the outcome, Empress in reverse. Okay, this is the next big tripping up point for some of you, Libra. You are over-delivering, you are overworking, you are helping everyone in the room except yourself. It's not everyone. This is a niche amount of those of you that are watching this. But if you are in that category, it is essential right now to nurture yourself. Whether I get a Queen of Pentacles in reverse or an Empress in reverse, it's saying now more than ever, focus on health, focus on your finances, focus on feeling safe and feeling at home, all the things you need to feel mothered, nurtured, and taken care of. She has stars in her eyes. She's holding a pomegranate. She is feeling the moment of her power and her divinity. So really sit with that for a second and think, I'm worthy and I'm ready. That can be part of your mantra this month. She's also pregnant. And when this card is reversed, there could be something that you're holding on to a little longer than you need to. The moment for birthing, releasing, or setting it into motion is now. And it's reinforced by this. It could also just be deciding to take a step. And you don't have to take this step alone. We have multiple people here that could help you with the next shift or step in your life. Some of you could be birthing or creating or launching something, and that's all connected to this as well. All right? Let's now take this one step further. We're going to expand the forecast and look at health, wealth, love, and destiny. First, I need to pull all of those expanded cards, so let's do that, and then we'll break it down. We'll pull a card for health. We'll look at one for wealth. Followed by love. And then let's get one for destiny. All right, folks, let's begin with your health card. I'm quite pleased to see this. We have growth coming through. So in the suit of, well, actually just in tarot in general, I would say this would be Pentacles. It would be the Seven of Pentacles, growth and recovery. It could be an ace. It could be the seven. I like the seven because it reminds us that growth takes time. So does healing. And it's somewhere in between, being at that Nine of Pentacles and the five. So it's that interim step that many of us need to take right now. So slow, steady, consistent growth. Know also that whatever might have happened, like pruning, imagine something was lost or you had to kind of cut something back a little bit, you can regrow, you can brand rather, and you can regroup. And that is something to think about in this moment in time. Rebound is what I was trying to say. You can rebrand if you have a business. But anyway, a lot of the growth is happening beneath the surface. So now let's look at it strictly from the health perspective. I'm going to go back to that Five of Pentacles for a moment. And in the Five of Pentacles, you'll notice someone with crutches. This can just be figurative for anything going on in your body. So you might have a little bit of rebound. You might have a cast on. This can be the common cold. It is typically not something that takes you, fully out. It is just something that causes a little bit of an inconvenience. I've broken multiple bones before, and I know that it takes a couple of months. Sometimes surgeries can take up to 6 months to fully heal. So just give yourself the time and don't rush. The broken heart takes time to heal too. It can take a couple years sometimes, but wherever you're at, you're somewhere in the journey. Know that there is a silver lining, and that is kind of what this card was showing. There are resources and helping hands if you're ready and willing to accept them. So it's a little bit more nuanced there. We're looking more at like emotions, but hopefully that helps for some of you. Okay, other things. So maybe you are one of those select few that really enjoy the art. It is an art and science of organization. It could help you. Maybe you really just want to clear your mind, but I'm seeing that as being very beneficial for some of you. Avoid extremes. The 10 and the 3 of Cups are good. They're fun, but this is partying and this is partying. There could be someone in your life, this Empress card here, who's a little pushy and gets you corralled into things that just aren't worth your time and energy. So boundaries are going to be really important. This can be a mother, it can be a boss or a friend. They're a little bossy. They may come in also and gaslight you a little bit or chip away at the self-worth, because that's literally what's kind of happening here. This is broken. So anyone around you that exerts peer pressure or diminishes your sense of confidence, it's no longer appropriate. It's no longer acceptable. It never was, but you're especially finding your voice now. There are better things that want to come through, better relationships, better opportunities. We're not even there, but that's what's coming through because it does affect your health and happiness. If you're sick, take some time off, please, if you can. Emotional health is important, but I'm getting that this is coming from someone else. It's coming from this Empress. So again, I don't know if it's a boss, a friend, or a coworker, whoever it is that's kind of dumping their stuff on you. It's going to be very important this month to create some boundaries and not to let that intercept an otherwise very great spread. And there's really nothing else that we need to focus on. It's more about boundaries and avoiding this kind of energy. There could be something that you're holding on to in this moment, by the way, and that needs to go, but the rest of this is good. Actually, one last thing before I move forward. Pregnancy. If you are pregnant, especially take some time off as you get closer to the delivery date because you're going to need the rest. You don't want to get sick, and it could be a little bit earlier or later. It's not going to be exactly when you want it. If you're trying to get pregnant, it feels like you need to break first, like take a rest and build up your strength and work on stress relief. It's like strength and stress that are kind of making it more difficult to conceive in this moment. Not a doctor, but that's what I'm perceiving. All right, let's move on to wealth. Resources, life, purpose, and career. There's a lot coming through on this one, so I'm going to pull the card up and we're going to break it down. The first is about protection. So when we're looking at financial sort of structures, it might be time to get things in order like wills and trusts, making sure that if you have a family and you have people that you care about, that it's organized so that when you're not here, they're provided for. Trusts also create protection and privacy for you. That's good. You might also be looking at organizing your company, your business, your taxes in such a way that it's providing some relief and protection also. Now let's take it one line at a time here because they put way too much on it. It says, you are the master of finding life's flow. If it fits and if you connect to something, good. If you're not feeling the spark, like we saw in this beautiful page, don't do it. Say no thank you, okay? The next line on here is be in harmony with the rhythm and your path will unfold. More of the same, don't force it. Persevere and you will succeed. You may be starting with the 5, but you're ending with the 9. And like I said, somewhere in between, you might just be in the building and recovery stage. You have everything you need to be protected and happy. Even if you can't see it, there are resources around you that are starting to open up, okay? All right, let's take a look at those of you that are currently employed. What I like about the spread in particular is the ability to work well with others. And it could be from coworkers to vendors to people in other teams, like and beyond. So many levels here. Like almost every community card or every level of relationship is open. What could be your challenge? Someone at the top. Why is there always someone? So we have the Empress in reverse. This is a gatekeeper. We have a Hierophant at the center, someone very traditional, someone that has some control issues. What you have working in your favor is the power of numbers. This is a month where you would want to get together in a group and try to communicate something together. If there's a union, work with the union. If there's an external organization that can help someone see something, that's the key. Besides stubborn leadership this month, a lack of existing resources. Now you can maybe kind of like rally them up from other places, but this person is holding on to the purse strings. There's more. I see more. They're only giving you the 5, but there's the 9. So there is a way to negotiate more, but they may need to see it. Remember I said show, then tell? Show them how and why it would work, and then ask. And get other people to ask too. And if you can do this right, it could just be a matter of having multiple people talk to this person in different ways. Casual conversations, emails, bringing it up through feedback forms, whatever it might be. They need to hear it and see it from multiple people in order to believe it and to kind of like make it work. So that's it. The power of numbers, the power of community. Ultimately, you can get what you want and it feels like you're headed in a good direction. You can even overcome this challenge. The only thing that is a little bit like disconcerting or a little bit challenging is I want to see you as more than the page. Unless you're like maybe if you're a reporter or if you're doing something with communication, this makes sense. But we have like a queen card here. You really should be showing up there. There's someone here that could either be jealous or controlling, or there could be a little bit of a glass ceiling. Someone needs to step aside so that you can step into that light, okay? And by the way, there's room for 2 stars in the sky. But sometimes people are afraid of that. So the only thing to be mindful of if you have a job is to be inclusive, let someone know that you're not after what they want, that both of you can shine. And that is a dance that takes some time. So get to know the person that you're working with. I feel like there could be some insecurities. It could even be a boss that wants to promote you, but they're a little bit nervous of like you overshining them or overshadowing them. And remind them that you're just having a great time. You're happy to be there, and like put that to the side. There's a little bit of insecurity there. Okay. That's about it. Otherwise it's a good month. A couple of nuances there. For entrepreneurs, some different things that I'm picking up on. I think in the past, you were undercutting yourself, like you were maybe putting too much of a sell on an item or a service. And it is time now to make sure that without radically increasing things, that you are getting paid for the work that you're doing. I think one thing that you've done an amazing job at is to get some positive accolades. The 4 of Wands, the 10 of Cups, the 3 of Cups, good feedback, goodwill. Let's leverage that into something more like the eye of Providence on this. People need to see that. So make sure that you're doing, first of all, customer appreciation things. So if you are going to do a promotion or a giveaway or a sale, do it for the people that have been there through thick and thin. But by and large, just saying thanks and I appreciate you to your customers. Having some sort of an in-person event could be really good. That's great. And for those of you that might be launching something, I do think that various levels. So the 10 of Cups is a bigger event. The 4 of Wands is like with the core investors. The Lovers is like a face-to-face with someone. So you want to be making sure that all levels of your organization are being thanked and recognized and built out. I think that the most important thing here is if something isn't delivering on what it needs to, whether it's a person or a product or whatever, that needs to be remedied. There's no time or space right now for overextending yourself. This tends to be combined with the Empress, someone who tries to do too much. So delegate. I think that's the biggest opportunity here is delegation. You can grow this month, but the finances have to be in check and you need to be working smarter. But I like the overall outcome here. Things are looking good. And yes, step back. Let other people come in and do what they need to do. Okay, moving onward to those that are seeking employment. Can you find it? Yes. There may be something immediately accessible to you, the Ace of Cups reverse, but it isn't what you want. You can decide if that is something that is a stepping stone, but if it's something that would be too much pressure or too much emotional drain, really look at all of this. There's so much to access. I think you could find something better. The challenge this month is seniority. I'm seeing opportunities come through, but I'm seeing things like a step beneath what you would normally do, or maybe it's a lateral sort of move from one thing to another. So see if that's good enough, and if it isn't, talk around. That is really the key. This is someone you know. I mean, these are all people that you would know. Closest friends and family, existing colleagues, and maybe even a neighbor or something. It's all people in your inner circle. Somebody might be able to open a door. And again, with that Hierophant energy, don't be afraid to ask. This is often super independent, but someone could help you open that key. And one thing that I mentioned earlier, and I'm going to repeat it now because I just remembered it, is go to extra events, different networking things, just gatherings, hang out with some friends, have a coffee. Being seen is going to help you open the door that you need to. I think it could happen quicker than you might imagine based on that, how much willingness you're able to put yourself out there. But it's who you know. I'm only seeing people. I'm not necessarily seeing where it exists. The one thing that you might have in your crosshairs, it looks like the title is less or that there's a lot of communication that's a part of it. So make sure that that feels good to you. Okay, students. It's a great time to be a student. This is actually a really good card for teaching and learning. And the most important thing you could do right now is student life, internships, extracurricular activities, meeting and talking and working with all of your classmates. mix, mingle, mesh. I really want you to get as involved as possible. It's not just what you're learning from cover to cover in a book. It's all the other stuff. That's why you signed up. That's what you should be looking at right now. Health could be taking a hit. This is avoidable. It's a seasonal cold or flu. So take care of yourself. Finances are a bigger challenge. There are routes to get potential grants or scholarships, but this could show that something fell through. And there may be an initial delay, but it doesn't feel like it's a permanent one. So that is something to be mindful of if you're a student right now. Okay? For those of you that are retired, good for you. And what a perfect time to be retired, because the main focus here is on people. We'll be looking at love in a second, but you could be retired and single and deciding to put some energy into love. You could be retired and deciding, hey, I really want to make some new friends or get closer to my existing friends. You could also just be going deeper in an existing relationship. It's all about people this month. And if you have more time, spend it with the people you love the most. The only caveat here is that there might be a lot of hands reaching out for your time, energy, or money. Don't give to the point of exhaustion, fatigue, or deficit, okay? Know when to say no. Now let's move on from wealth to love. Very interesting. So we have acceptance here. I'm learning to accept the things that I cannot change. This is so powerful in a relationship, because whether it's your partner or your parent or your sibling, there are certain things that are never going to change with people. It's kind of baked into the DNA, or they don't want to change it. So when you know that that isn't going to shift, you don't have to fight this energy. The Empress is formidable, particularly when she's reversed. She doesn't want to budge. And so why waste your time? Why spin your wheels? It's kind of like talking to a Five of Swords person. They've already thought beyond what you're saying. They're not really listening, or they have so much of a personal stake in something that they don't want to open up or let go. So that's it. Know what you can change, let go of what you can't. Okay, we're going to break this down into 3 subcategories. We're going to look at those of you first that are partnered. It is a great month for existing partnerships, like stellar. Let's imagine that you're not already married. 4 of Wands and 10 of Cups is a proposal, a celebration, and it's worth it. Don't spend too much on a wedding if you are getting married. It is not worth it. It's about the people, not the place. It's about the promise, not the place. It's about the experience, not like the cost. So I feel like someone's got stars in their eyes and wants to overextend, okay? Years later, people will not remember how wild it was. They're just gonna, if I think back to all the weddings that I've gone to, I just remember the ones where it was like a great environment, like just hanging out with people, the vibe. I remember the vibe, not how much someone spent on that vibe, okay? Because you're really celebrating each other. Taking out the newlyweds or the people that are proposing, everyone else. Finances are a major point of focus. Health is a major point of focus. This needs to be managed and dealt with, and it can be successfully sort of like massaged, if you will. You'll be okay, but you have to deal with that first. Pregnancy might be in the picture. You might be looking at this to plan out and say, are we ready? Even if you're just bringing in a pet. Apollo's in the other room. I'll bring him up at the end. But whether it's a pet or a child or anything, purchasing a house, make sure you're not overextending. You can get a loan. It feels like you can get a loan if you want one, but just really calculate all of the costs in the long run and think, is it worth it? Other things, there's pressure. Your partner may be a little bit overwhelmed. You may be overwhelmed. There could be someone in the family that's sick. There's something else that's going on that's kind of pulling you down a little bit. But overall, everything else looks really good. Don't sweat the small stuff. And that's basically what this is. It's saying, I'm learning to accept the things that I can't change. All right, that's out of my control. Yes, that cookie crumbled, but I've got 4 more cookies above me. Good times. I would love to see a Sesame Street one where it's the Pentacles is the suit of cookies. All right, sorry, I got distracted. Let's move on to those that are single and looking. If you're single and looking, yes, this is I don't think I have seen this many love cards in any reading for a long time. Maybe there's been one other one, but this stands out, Libra. Like in over a decade, This is the time to get out there. What are you doing watching this? Get outside. Take me with you on the phone, but finish the reading, but get outside after that. Because you can meet new friends. You can meet new love. You can make new connections. You can get ahead in business. There's a lot of things that can happen here. When you're looking for love this month, one thing that I see, actually there's a couple of things. Stubbornness. There could be someone that is just as headstrong as you. You're here, but what I see is someone that could, it's an intellectual match. On the bright side, I feel like you guys can talk about a lot, and that's good. But on the flip side, they're not afraid to challenge you, and that might be something that was unexpected. Health or wealth could be coming through as a sore point for you or the partner. Just be honest and work together. It feels like something that you can overcome. Don't be afraid. Everybody goes through stuff in their life. So someone who truly loves you will love you no matter what. No matter what you're going through or you've been through or what they're going through. It's really about transparency. As long as the honesty is there, it's okay. They could have a child, or they could really want to start a family soon, because I see that like it's all on the table. So they may on the first date just get really intense. And so you might want to be more in this and say, yes, but I need to get to know you first. Let's not rush into things. Even though you may be feeling it and thinking it, and they're feeling it and thinking it, have some fun, enjoy that part of the experience. Okay? It's a great time. All right, let's take a look if you're single and happy. Indeed, this is a perfect time to be single and happy. Good for you. I really think that the main focus here is on building connections. Some of you might get involved in volunteer work. You may be extending your connections in friends. You might be, again, even like bridging some gaps in existing relationships. It's about people, even if you're single. So know this is a time to lean on that network. I feel like a broken record, but there's so many people cards here. I hope that you're doing that. For personal development, it's a great time to make something happen. You may be deciding to, again, focus on building or launching something. The one thing to really prioritize is your personal health and time, energy, and money. The resource thing keeps coming through as the one little thorn in the side. Okay, finally, let's take a look at the Destiny card. Libra, you make your luck. We have the clover here. Luck is not something that is deserved. Love is not something that comes by accident. It's not something that some people get or don't. It is a synchronicity, and it's a preparation to reach out and recognize it. So make your luck this month. You are lucky. That's your mantra. Your luck is changing, but it does require showing up, reaching out, and going for it. And sometimes picking up the pieces, even when it's like, oh, that's not what I wanted. Things are about to change. The cards are showing it. You may not feel it, you may not see it, but it's in the spread here. So your luck is changing. Sit with that. Meditate on that after this. Chew on that after this reading, and really start to digest it. Your luck is changing, okay? It's powerful and it's important. Okay, now we're going to take a look at what you need to know. I feel like this whole reading has been that, but just in case there's something that I've missed, I'm going to give Spirit one more chance to come through, and then we'll look at your final question. So, Libra, what is it you need to know in this moment? Fantastic. All right, we have the Ace of Pentacles, showing that exactly what I just said. You are worth it. Are you ready? You're worth it, but are you ready? This is opportunity knocking. This can represent marriage, a new job, a new opportunity, you reaching for something, you asking for something. All of the aforementioned. This is also planting a seed of intention that could take a little bit of time, like I said, October, to come to fruition, but it's worth it. All right, what do you want to know? Final question time. Ask whatever it is that you still have a question about. Let's shuffle the cards, and let's see what Spirit has to say. It's a yes, if it was a yes or no. We got another Queen card. The Queen of Wands is imaginative. She is perseverant. She can make things work when no one else does. She's also very instinctive. This is a time to step into your boss power. This is a time to really dust yourself off and say, if not now, then when, okay? And that cat at the center represents 9 lives. So if you've had a few setbacks, and maybe you have, If it's been a tough year or a tough couple of years, she's coming through and saying, again, your luck is changing. But you have to see it and believe it and reach for it. And that's all that we have to say for this month. And I think this is one of my favorite readings for all of this year. So I hope you enjoyed this, Libra. If you did, do me a favor. It's 100% free, and it helps more than you could ever imagine. If you're a brand new person, just hit that subscribe button, please. And then share it. Share it with someone else and say, hey, check this out. I always post to other social media platforms. I'll show that in a moment, but you can then retweet, you can reshare, all of that. Okay. You can also like the video to show a little bit of love and then leave a comment. Say what it is that resonated most. I really appreciate each and every message, and it helps this get more popular so other people can see it. So thank you. Follow me on social media so you never miss out on any notifications or any news or information. It's my full name, Nicholas Ashbaugh, spelled exactly like this, on all major platforms, nicholasashbaugh.com on Blue Sky. You can go to my website, nicholasashbaugh.com, for more information and for official links. If you would like to give back, and believe me, this really helps more than you would imagine as well, you can do so with super chats, super stickers, and also through memberships. This is a great way to keep the channel strong and growing and allow me to continue to show up and provide what you need. So thank you very much, guys. Much love and light. Let's grab Apollo and we'll wrap up for today. All right, as promised, we have a little sleepy guy here waking up from a nap. Thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of this month, and I'll see you again. We're going to do 2 months at a time next time to get us caught up, so I'll be probably posting those in a couple of weeks. Until then, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon.